The units of the 3rd Separate Assault Brigade destroyed 20 units of armored vehicles of the 4th Tank Division of Russia. A video of the destruction of Russian equipment was published by the brigade's press service. The destruction of the Russian Tank Division's equipment took place from January 8th to 9th, 2025, when the enemy attempted to attack the positions of the 3rd Separate Assault Brigade in the Kharkiv region. Due to the high-quality preparation for repelling the assault, the enemy's vehicles were hit by an anti-tank complex before they even approached the brigade's positions. After the vehicles left the road, they began to explode on pre-installed mines, which significantly delayed the advance of the armored vehicles and allowed FPV drone operators to begin destroying the remains of the vehicles. During the first assault attempt, the enemy was forced to retreat to regroup and reinforce. A second attempt at the assault was made by an armored group from 4 directions, with a similar outcome. First, the vehicles were hit by an anti-tank missile, followed by the destruction of the vehicles using FPV drones, artillery, mortars, and other weapons. Earlier reported that the assault units of the 3rd Separate Assault Brigade had cleared a forest belt and captured a group of Russians in the Kharkiv region. The assault involved 2 tanks and 2 M113 armored personnel carriers, with the soldiers of the 1st Assault Battalion, who disembarked near enemy positions with the support of the tanks. In addition, in mid-December 2024, Russian troops made an unsuccessful attempt to expand their bridgehead on the left bank of the Oskil River in the Kupiansk direction under the cover of rain and fog. The attack was repelled by the soldiers of the Achilles Battalion, the 1st Operational Brigade of the National Guard Burevi, and the 205th Battalion of the Territorial Defense Forces of the 241st Territorial Defense Forces Brigade. Meanwhile, small drones are everywhere all the time all along the 800-mile front line of Russia's 34-month wider war on Ukraine. They surveil for enemy movements, feed target coordinates to artillery and warplanes, drop supplies, mines and bombs, and in the case of explosive first-person view drones, ram themselves into enemy troops and vehicles. With Russia and Ukraine each producing around 100,000 small drones a month, defeating these drones is an urgent priority for both sides. Radio jammers can ground them. Screens and netting mounted on vehicles can catch them before they explode. Shotgun-armed soldiers can blast them from the sky. More and more, the Ukrainians are going after Russian drones with drones of their own. We've seen Ukrainian drones ram Russian drones in mid-air, or drop nets on them from above. The latest counter-drone innovation might be the most impressive. To quote analyst Andrew Perpetua, the Ukrainian drone has 2 shotguns. Russian and Ukrainian technicians have been fitting guns to drones for a while now, but the dual shotgun armament seems to be a new development. The Foundation for Assistance to Defenders of Ukraine has been raising funds to buy more Winchester drones for Ukrainian brigades. The design makes sense. Shotgun pellets lack the stopping power of, say, a rifle round, but drones tend to be flimsy and nimble. The wide spread of a shotgun blast increases the chance of a hit, and it might take just a few pellets to catastrophically damage a drone. It's not for no reason that, during a recent panic over U.S. drone sightings, Wyoming State Senator Charles Scott mused that maybe a shotgun would be an appropriate legal weapon to take a drone with. A video montage that a Ukrainian drone group posted online on Saturday depicts one of the group's Winchester quadcopters performing its usual mission, hunting down and blasting Russian quadcopters before they strike Ukrainian troops. But seemingly taking advantage of a fleeting opportunity, one operator also took aim at a solitary Russian soldier, or North Korean, if the engagement took place in western Russia's Kursk Oblast. marching along a dirt road under the Winchester's flight path. The drone swooped past the initially unwitting soldier and opened fire with both of its shotgun barrels. Apparently having missed, the drone came around for a second pass. It's unclear whether the soldier was wounded or killed. The video appears to depict the person dodging or falling. It's hard today whether this signals a shift in Ukrainian drone tactics, but the value of a gun-armed first-person view drone is obvious. Most FPV quadcopters are single-use systems. Clutching a grenade or rocket warhead to their bellies, they barrel into their targets and destroy themselves in the process. An FPV might cost just a few $100s, so the type isn't exactly expensive. But Ukraine would undoubtedly prefer to squeeze more than one strike out of each of the 100,000 or more FPVs its workshops build every month. Firing shotguns at individual soldiers rather than ramming them with explosives, the Winchesters could become multi-use systems, boosting the number of strikes a typical FPV completes before it self-immolates or gets shot down.